Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Crusader Kings III and the Royal Court expansion. So we're going to start out today's episode by arranging some marriages for the rest of our sons who don't yet have marriages. We got Lambert and Daniel. So Daniel, which by the way, you notice his face is reddened from being a drunkard. It's got a lot of red on his nose and cheeks now. It didn't take long. He's pretty young, 17, he just started drinking and already it's showing on his face. So we're going to do a marriage here in Bohemia. I'd like to secure alliance over here so we can kind of focus on our eastern borders with our next character, as well as conquering the pagans up along here in the north. And so Bohemia is the main threat down here. I guess Hungarians kind of are as well, but they're family down there at least. Well, I suppose they're family as well here in Bohemia. So we're going to go ahead and arrange a marriage through his family, and the best way to do that, since he's already 64 years old and he doesn't have any daughters anyways for a marriage, is to do it with his son and heir. I think it's his son. Maybe not. It's not his son. It's not a brother either. Not entirely sure how he's related to him, but the point is he's the one that's set to inherit. Also, you'll notice that he's set to inherit Jerusalem as well. So he'd get both Bohemia and Jerusalem. So he's going to be very, very powerful. And so he has a daughter here. Yeah, a couple daughters, I believe. So yeah, I think it would make sense to arrange a marriage for one of them. So do it with the oldest one because even she is pretty darn young here. So this is going to be unfortunate for Daniel. He'll have to wait a long time. But the main reason for this is just to set up an alliance here. And he absolutely would accept it. Easily accept it. So yeah, let's go ahead and send the proposal off. And, we'll have an alliance here with Bohemia. Now, with Lambert, I was thinking, rather than doing something for an alliance, is to do something for character traits, maybe so he can have some decent children. Remember, he has that slow trait. So we're going to see if he can't have some good, really good children. So we're going to want to find a spouse that's not going to so much grant us an alliance, but is instead going to have some inheritable and good traits here. So we're looking for somebody who has like a good sum of all skills is how we'll sort this. So we have a beautiful woman, so this line of the dynasty could be dumb and good looking. Or you could just go with intelligent and try and offset the slow, at least get rid of the slow. Now these women are all older, so that's not going to work. We're going to need to change up the age here. How old is he? He's 20. So we want to make it so there's no greater age difference than perhaps 5 or 10 years or so. Or maybe I'd do a maximum age instead. I don't really want children, though. I prefer he gets married soon. I guess he's not that old. It could be a child, I suppose, if they're close, if they're an adult. So mainly what we're looking here for is the maximum age. No older than 25, I think. So I got a genius here. So that would be very good for offsetting his negative trait here. She's 13. Another genius there. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll go for. What culture are they? Russian and Norwegian. Okay. This also grants an alliance over here. These are younger girls, so he would have to wait a while for those marriages. I guess you look at the traits as well that they currently have. Yeah, not much here just yet. She has all her traits. She's 14, and again, she's pretty. You get the robust. That's interesting. Yeah, I almost want to go with that one. A really good line of warriors or something like that. Because, yeah, he's a lot more warrior-like than I was thinking. I look at him, he's kind of a big guy. And so kind of like a big dumb man. So maybe we go down that line with the robust instead. She's 24, so a little bit older than him. She's 16, so the marriage can happen now. Yeah, so if we just wanted it for that trait, you know what? That's what we're going to do. And just hope that his kids have this trait here. So easy marriage here. Very much willing to accept that. And so that'll be all of our children married, I believe. No, I forgot about Casimir because his wife is dead. But he killed his wife, so he needs a wife as well. Okay, well, we can go and arrange a marriage. I almost want to do another one for traits rather than inheritance. Though, I suppose you could do an alliance with one of our powerful vassals. I guess that would have the negative of, well, maybe not, because he already has, well, that's a daughter. Have to be somebody who already has a son to inherit. Like maybe him over here. Yeah, just get like an alliance with a powerful vassal. But of course that could create problems when his brother inherits. Yeah, I suppose that would be an issue, wouldn't it? But yeah, I was thinking you could like arrange a marriage between these two or something like that. And as long as one of them already had a son, then he would inherit this and he wouldn't be inheriting as much. I think that's what we're going to do. Like a marriage between these two here. Let's see if he has a daughter that's not too young. Alright, well she already has a marriage here. She's 6, so Casimir would have to wait a really long time. And Casimir's not as young as his brothers. He's 24. And he doesn't yet have a son. I mean, it's probably fine if she inherits. As long as we set the marriage up, then that's not that big of an issue. I didn't really have to wait that long. Yeah, with her being only 6, you have to wait 10 years. That's a long time. He'd still be young, though. Plenty of time to have a kid. Yeah, I suppose we'll still do that. Yeah, we'll arrange the marriage for her. And this will be for, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's do that again. And we want to reset to default here. And then arrange the marriage for Casimir. Alright, excellent. So all these marriages should be accepted without any issue. And we now have an alliance with him over here in Bohemia. And again, once he inherits all that territory, he's going to be a very powerful ally. Though also an ally who might bring us into a lot of wars, so another thing to consider. We're starting to pull away from the east a little bit, though. Like we're not going to be allied to them anymore. Instead, we'll attack them. Looks like there's already a war happening over here. Now, I did notice that Bohemia is currently in conflict, but he is slated to win this, so I wasn't too worried about it. Yeah, it's not much of an issue. Shouldn't cause us any problems here. So let's go ahead and start getting ready for this conflict. We're going to want to, again, I'm not getting rid of this yet until, I don't see a point on creating a new men-at-arms when we haven't even finished building the ones that we currently have. So we'll just keep them there. And we got to pay maintenance, but we don't have to pay any money to raise them like we would if we created a new men-at-arms. So yeah, let's go and increase the numbers. Like you increase them up to 1 level. So we'll do that. And then we're broke. So I'll have to wait again. But yeah, I would like to get more bowmen. So maybe we'll do 1 increase in size to them before we go to war here. Or maybe we'll just go ahead and do the war as soon as we get enough money. Yeah, because our character is getting pretty old. And I'd like to do it before he dies, if we can. So Eugenius, our antiquarian, has unfortunately died. Okay. That's fine. I don't think we'll hire another one. I'm not too worried about the maintenance of our goodies right now. You can always deal with that later. I just don't want to pay anybody right now. We're able to sway him again. I didn't realize we were still swaying him. He's at a full 100 points here, so about as good as we can get that. So let's go ahead and see if there's anybody in here we need to sway. There's not. Now, this guy here is still working as a marshal despite the fact that he's not a powerful vassal. There are some better... well, there's nobody better than him with his 27 marshal, but there's some better choices if you want like a powerful noble here. You could put the Countess. Our son is not considered a powerful noble, which is interesting, probably because he only owns those... Well, no, it can't be that, because she's considered a powerful noble, despite the fact that she only has 1 county. I'm not entirely sure why she's considered a powerful noble. That county might have higher development because its neighbor's Krakow. But yeah, I don't see how like 1 county would be enough compared to... I mean, our son here only has 2 in their poorer county, so maybe. But he's also a duke, though, so and a prince. So I'm very surprised that he's not a powerful vassal and that she is. But yeah, she would be an okay marshal, and she would, get a nice opinion boost from that. But we'll just keep him in charge here, I think. Oh yes, I wanted to see who we were going to sway, and you know what? Let's sway her. She's the one who's always trying to ride our horse, and we're always telling her no. See if there's any other ways we can make her like us. And the Knights Templar has been founded. So somebody was eventually going to do that. There are, of course, some benefits to having the orders in your own lands. Oh, Lord, right when I'm trying to plan a war here, and we got called into a conflict for Ruthenia, and this is on the claim for the kingdom, so we don't want her to lose that. We'll, of course, accept it so we don't lose the fame, but whether or not we're actually going to help in this will be entirely based off of the numbers. and whether she needs the assistance. She might, because she has 13,000 soldiers, but that counts all of ours. Now, her husband's only giving her 478. We're giving her 9,000 of those. Thus, she would be outnumbered without our assistance. All right, so that's very unfortunate because I didn't want to get involved in this. Now, I wanted to do this war over here. All right, well, we'll give it like another month or two. Get out of the winter, earn a little bit more money for our war chest, and then we'll invade into this war. We'll have to help out, unfortunately. It's a big rebellion. Not surprising. She just gained a lot of territory. Actually, it's surprising she hasn't faced the rebellion yet, as we've already seen the undisciplined recruits several times. We're just going to have to do the chastise him for failure. I don't want any stress. Not for this, anyway. Yeah, no real way for us to decrease our stress. Unfortunately, we got to save that money as well for the conflict here. It's just one of the really unfortunate parts of having allies. But you know, they help you. Yeah, we'll just do the safe treatment, which has worked out well for us. Alright, so let's go ahead and have our troops. We'll raise them up over here. Again, we're going to wait until the snow subsides. And just getting more money is helpful as well. We did get another martial work as well, so that will help us in this conflict. And yeah, we'll raise our troops up right here, maybe in April. Yeah, there's no more snows on the ground. So yeah, we'll go ahead and raise up the troops now. And, I mean, I don't know that we actually need all of them. Let's take a look at what their numbers look like. Yeah, we don't need them all. We'll just bring like a smaller army in here. Just try and save some money. Can't even seem to find their troops. Huh. Yeah, like I see 1,000 right there. Yeah, so number of many troops here. I saw this here. I thought the name of this province was Sluts. I didn't see the K. The name of the area. He's the Count of Sluts. I didn't see the K though. I really thought it said that. So let's go ahead and disband some of this. Get rid of some of these levies, guys. I just don't feel like we need all these. Maybe like bring 4,000. I know we could bring more for sieges and stuff, but I don't really want to even help in this war this much. I just kind of want to help destroy the army and then, you know, get out of it. I think it's the best way to do that. Let's get rid of some of these levies. Good chunk of them, so we don't have to pay for them. And we could leave like 5,000 in here, I suppose. Yeah, about 5,000 men. And disband all the rest. That'll save us a lot of money. Alright, so with these, let's go ahead and have our own king commanding, although he's not actually better than the marshal, but we have better traits. Alright, so let's go ahead and push into their territory now. We could stay here for supplies, to get enough supplies to keep us going for the entire conflict. I guess you come over here and you can collect supplies as well, though. Yeah, we'll just go over there. What is this about? Okay, so this is now Bohemia, our new ally, trying to call us into a conflict. I think that's the one we already saw there, which he's already slated to win that, so I'm not too worried about. So we're going to accept it, although, no. It does not look like he's slated to win this. Is this a new conflict? No, this is the same one. He is slated to win despite being vastly outnumbered. Alright, I think it's just because he captured an heir. Alright, well, unless that goes against him, then we won't help. But again, it does look like we're going to be, getting all these alliances. That's the bad thing about alliances. Is that you can call them into the conflict, of course, if you have the prestige, but you're mostly spending the time protecting their own territory. So there's their army. Okay, I see. I was wondering where the hell they were all at. Yeah, but even this is not going to be enough to defeat us here. So we'll just give them a little bit of time to build up our supplies here. Make sure we don't have any supply penalties. We have time as well. It's 8 months before they win the siege. So we'll just sit here for a little while. And we can even move into a little bit closer territory here. I'm worried they'll take off if I get too close. So we probably don't want to do it until we're absolutely ready to attack here. That's probably good. Quickest way would we go this way? I don't expect them to stay there and fight us. I suppose we'll see. So I don't think there's going to be anything to do with him. Could expose the secret, of course, but yeah, I don't think there's anything for us to do with that hook. Alright, so we'll see if they stick around. Looks like they're gonna. So this should be a nice big battle here. Here we get some nice war score and wipe out much of their army. Wiped out almost 2,000 men, only losing 243 ourselves. 16% on the war score, so pretty helpful overall. We'll take a look, see how our knights did. See how our sons did, since all of our sons are now knights. Of course, Casimir's the hero here, with his younger brother, or his older brother, excuse me, doing slightly worse. His prowess isn't quite as high. Where are the rest of them? There's Lambert down here, and here's Daniel. Okay. So we want to fight them there. This would be attacking across a river. Let's just see what they do. Because yeah, if they go over here, that's a far better battle. So we'll go and battle them again here. And should do pretty good in this one as well. She got injured. Again, I'm not entirely sure why we're so concentrated on her. We just have all these events with her. Like with her riding the horse, every time she gets injured, this is not the first time. We've got an event about it. Again, I'm not entirely sure why we keep getting notifications specifically about her. It's interesting. So the Archbishop has finished his task of converting the capital of our son Casimir. So let's go ahead and have him convert another province. Suppose we'll work on... That's an Orthodox one. So work on this one next. That's our son's other county. So this battle's just about done here, and we were able to capture the Grand Prince. So that's a big win there. We're now at 100%, so this war is essentially over. Thanks to us, that's another 2,000 something men dead, only losing 75 of our own. And again, I think our knights probably did pretty well here. Casimir is now considered a powerful vassal. Okay, interesting. Now he's really, really pleased with us because all the titles we gave him and just all the other nice modifiers that we're getting here with him. So we don't have to put him in place, but there's really no reason not to. Well, I guess he's not quite as good as the marshal here. Yeah, our marshal is fantastic. I forgot just how high his martial ability is, so might as well keep him as is. But I would like to see who are the powerful vassals now. Also interested to see if any of them have gotten any traits here from battle. You know, improving their blade master skills. Probably not. They haven't really been battling other knights much. Yeah, we did capture a ton of prisoners. Now, one of these is the war leader, so we're just going to want to wait until so I don't have to figure out who that is. It's the Grand Prince. We'll just let the war end, and then we'll ransom. All right, so that's the end of the conflict. We could come over here and help out, and maybe we will. I'll sweep over here real quick. Might as well make sure that they win that, since it is for their kingdom. All right, so there's a victory. Fantastic. And that countess did die from her wounds. Remember, she was right here, so it's a baby in control now. So if you're taking a look at our powerful vassals now, I'm curious who all we got here. So it's basically our son and the same Duke Stanislav. Okay. He's unfortunately not good at anything, unlike his father. He's not very good at any of these skills, so I don't see putting him in position of these. Of any of these positions, I mean. Okay. This guy would work great as a marshal as well. Frankly, he's the best we have at diplomacy. Yeah, nobody is good at diplomacy. We're just not a very diplomatic bunch in our country. But yeah, Casimir, I think maybe we'll put him in place once the marshal's dead. He's an older man, he's ailing. So maybe he'll be our next marshal. Alright, so we won that war for them pretty easily. That's what I want to see. Since the war is over, we can go and ransom off those prisoners, see if we can get some money from them. I guess we'll take a look at him too. Yeah, he's an old man here, so just going to ransom him for the 10 gold. This character here, not all that impressive. Ransom him for the 30 gold. And then this character here, same deal. Though, would not be able to ransom him, unfortunately. So we'll just demand his conversion on a weak hook. Alright, excellent. So We'll get rid of all of our prisoners, get a little more money as well. And then we'll march over here and see if we can't help out, and if it's even necessary. I think it might be, I don't know, because they're doing the siege here. That would reduce the total war score they have, so increasing the war score. It's now up to 98%, so probably wouldn't even need our assistance here. I think they'll probably win on their own. We'll do that option again. Yeah, I really don't think it's going to be necessary to assist here. Why not? Let's get some experience for our troops. Yeah, they're now trying to take off. They will not get out of there in time. It's been a nice, easy battle. Ending the war. And getting us some more prestige. Barely losing any troops in the process. Very, very nice. Alright, so ransom accepted there. We also captured somebody, so maybe we'll be able to ransom somebody else. We got the construction done over here in the capital, so that'll be a little bit more money. And then, you know, we'll get something else building once we have the money for it. So this is essentially done, but we're going to keep on fighting because why not? Until the war's over. Maybe somebody dies, but that'll be fine. So that also gives us more prisoners to ransom off. Alright, so now we're just waiting for the war to end. So let's see if we do anything good here. And we're just going to go back to our own territory. In fact, yeah, we'll go back to our own territory. And it's over now. All right, excellent. So let's go ahead and disband all our troops. And then we're going to want to ransom off those prisoners. Hopefully get some money for them at 30 gold here. So that ended up being kind of profitable, that conflict. With us only spending like 3 point something per month, I think all the ransoming we did resulted in us actually earning money from those wars. Because we just we didn't need the whole army, which has been nice because that has not been the case in other conflicts where we often do need a lot of troops. He would be an okay knight. I don't really see any reason to keep this guy, so we're just going to go ahead. He's already our faith, so we'll just get the hook, I suppose. Might be useful having people with hooks in Bohemia. All right, awesome. So I really want to start that other conflict. I guess what we could do is go ahead and increase the size of one of our men-at-arms. I'm thinking the archers. And then we'll give them some time to get our money back up over here. Just a little bit, and then we'll declare war over here. Although it is getting close to winter, so we should probably get this started soon. Yeah, let me make sure all of our men-at-arms are raised up. We might have to wait for those archers for a little while. Yeah, they're not quite ready. But I don't want to wait too long because we have a winter coming up. So the Knights Templar are contacting us. So they're wanting a barony here. Which barony? Let's take a look. So I want this barony over here. Okay. So if we grant it to him, we'll gain 376 gold. And we get the barony, and then we lease it out to him. We could instead offer him a different location over here. Okay, so I think it's a matter of... I mean, you're going to get a different amount of money and higher opinion. So I guess it's a matter of, like, who has it, who are you trying to weaken, I suppose, and you know, where you want the Knights Templar and how useful the province is. I suppose there's a lot of stuff to be considered there. And then the other one, which was that was right here. Okay. Yeah, I figure I'd like them closer to the eastern front. So we'll give them that one. We'll get a little bit less money. It's not that big of a deal, though. Alright, so that's a huge chunk of money there. I'll also go ahead and start construction up over here immediately, which we will go ahead and build the next pastoral lands, the homesteads, increasing our money. Alright, so that's good. And let me just see how we're doing on the archers. They're good enough, I suppose. We're not going to wait all the way until October to declare war here. Let's go ahead and do it now. So let's go ahead and move the rally point over to here and see where their fortifications are. Okay, so let's go ahead and declare war. Oh, he's only got one arm. Alright, so if we do it for the duchy... I mean, I feel like we should just go ahead and do it for the kingdom, guys. Now, somebody was concerned that this would result in us having an additional king title, which would then go to one of our other sons, and then all his territory would split off. That's not what's going to happen here. When we do these wars for the titles, we don't even get the titles. You know, like just for example, all these wars here where we're doing them over the duchies, we had to either create or usurp the actual duchy title. All we were getting were the counties. In addition, this guy here is not even a king. He doesn't even have a king title here. So it wouldn't have that effect. So the only real effect of doing the kingdom instead, it might be more expensive piety-wise, and of course you can only do one holy war for a kingdom in your lifetime, but you know, this would be the last one we do. We're 63 years old, so yeah, that would not have that effect. Basically, we're just getting another county. But you can see the huge difference in piety cost. It's a lot more expensive just to get that extra county, but I think we will go ahead and do this because this is going to be the last one that we'll be doing. So yeah, we'll go ahead and declare war. And it shouldn't be too challenging with conflict because he just doesn't have any troops. So we could probably, again, not raise as many troops, though that would mean that we'd take longer to do the conflict. We'll go ahead and raise all these guys up over here. And then get them split up. We can ask our head of faith for gold, so we will. Get us more money. That's fantastic. Let's go ahead and put ourselves in charge here again. And then get this army split up. It doesn't have a very large army. Supply here is not great either. How many locations do we have to siege? Okay, so I kind of have an idea of how we're going to do this. We're going to do armies of 2,000 men. Do 2 of those for sieges. And then keep an army around about 4,000 and disband the rest. We could put Casimir in charge here. Yeah, let's let him get some experience. And he's also got the military engineer, so he would be good at sieges. So yeah, we'll have him go ahead and take this location here. So probably about 1,000 men or so we'll be disbanding. It's not quite as many as I was thinking. I guess we'll just keep 1,900 here. And then put the marshal in charge. Although, actually, he's also got the military engineer, so we'll put him in charge. So we'll have him, and he's our chancellor, by the way. We'll have him attack right here, I think. Yeah, we'll have him attack there. He shouldn't have enough men to be able to attack either of these and outnumber them at least. But he would have the men-at-arms while these are just levies. So that's something to consider. Let's go ahead and split these off. We're just going to get rid of, I don't know, quite a few of them, I think. Maybe a little over 1,000 of them. Yeah, it looks pretty solid. Go ahead and get rid of all these, get them disbanded. Save ourselves a little bit of money. And then we're going to take him and have him go ahead and invade into their territory. I don't think we can collect supplies. Oh, we could right here. But yeah, let's just get into his territory and get his army defeated. All right, excellent. So another little chunk of money from the Pope. We now kind of know that we'll be able to keep these counties here. So we could go and start improving those. Yeah, we'd want to start improving these ones, actually start getting some buildings here. So which one do we want to build in first? Probably, I mean, they're both the same development. This one's got forest here. You already got the logging camps. You always want to build something new over improving, just because improving costs more money, and yet it's not actually like, you know, you're not getting more benefits. Usually you're getting, you know, let's say the first building gives you 0.3, the next level will also give you 0.3, and yet costs double the money. So you always want to build the new buildings first before you improve. There are a few exceptions when improving just gives a really good bonus or something and you really want it. But otherwise, it's just better to improve it. Excuse me, to build new ones. Alright, so I'm just figuring out where this is located, what we'd want to build here. Probably something for money. It's always money that we need. So I think we're going to get this one here. The hunting grounds. We could also build here. So we will get both of our locations here building. So these, of course, were in the plains. So maybe do pastoral lands here. Yeah, I think we'll do the pastoral lands. Now, I suppose this one does give better benefits. I think in the long run, this one will. 1.3 on the gold. Let's take a look at the hunting grounds. It's 1.3 as well. You're getting a lot of defender advantage. I think that's one of the main benefits here. Of course, you get all that. Oops. But with the pastoral lands, you'll get these here. Yeah, I think we'll do the hunting grounds again. We'll do these in both these locations. All right, excellent. Spent that money, and then we'll go ahead and attack his troops. We will outnumber them, but we have to go this way in order. We're going to take attrition. All right, well, we could just go ahead and try and wipe them out real quick, but let's get some supplies up. We'll take these 2 initial sieges here, and then we don't even have to worry about it. Yeah, just collect some supplies or whatever. We'll watch him and see what he does. I assume he won't attack us. He might. Yeah, he might come over here and attack us. So yeah, you have to keep troops here, unfortunately. Alright, so we might just take the casualties then, in this case. Another faction has been created. Yeah, he is going to attempt to leave there. Let's see if we can't attack him there then. Oh, he's not going to stick around there? Okay. How long would it take to do this siege here? 7 months. So could knock out that siege real quick. We're also a siege engineer. It's probably just better to sit here and do these 3 sieges rather than bounce all around and potentially take more attrition. Although he could end up attacking us over here while we're doing a siege. Yeah, that's a real possibility. Yeah, this army is just too weak to stand on their own. Yep. Okay, so we have to chase him, which is unfortunate because that's not how I wanted to do this. Alright, so he won't go there. So maybe we'll be able to force a battle here. We lost some men, 200 something men. Now it's saying it's even because of the defending the force and also the men-at-arms counter. But you know what? I think it won't be even. I think we'll destroy them. Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. Because again, I don't think it fully considers all the traits that he has. Because like those 2 are huge, especially when combined. So you can see that the casualties are so overwhelmingly disproportionate. Right, let's take a look at the events. And Daniel was quite active over here. He wounded this guy and killed this guy. All right, good job. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He was disinherited, and he's a drunkard now. Looks like he's using that rage on the battlefield. I thought we had finished the siege. Apparently not. Oh, that must have been from the battle, not the siege. My bad. So we could go and chase him down, try and destroy him again. Might go over here, perhaps. Nope, he's going up this way. So we'd probably take more attrition. Or maybe not. Oh, yeah, we're going to hit it right there. So you'd have to go this way. Nope, you take attrition that way, too. How are we doing on supplies here for this army? They're okay. We'll just let him finish the siege. His army can't really contend to either of our armies over here. So he's going to do a little siege over there. And what is this about? Oh, okay. He just wants to show us that he's done good learning our language. Alright, we'll go and do this one. Although I don't know who this guy is. He's in Bohemia, so we'll try and keep up good relations with everybody in Bohemia. Both these sieges are just about done. We'll see how far those advance us towards winning this war. Alright, we're at 84%. So we'll go ahead and start the next sieges. We're currently working on the capital here. And I didn't realize that I kept the siege weapons over here. Oh, my bad. Didn't mean to do that. Alright, let's go and put these troops over here. I don't think he'll attack, even though he has the men-at-arms. If he does, we'll send all of our troops over there. But I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, he's not going to attack. He knows what it is. He's just going to try and siege these back down. Once we get the capital, the war should be over. Nice, easy conflict over here. Yeah, it should be over. The capital. Oh, we died before we were able to finish the work. Damn it. Unpause that on accident. But yeah, we died here. Okay. Died being gout-ridden. He's a zealous man. Fought for the glory of God against heathens in one of the greatest holy wars of recent history. King Mieszko ascends to the throne, a formidable duelist. Many expect him to excel in tournaments and personal combat alike. He has this high prowess. His prowess is pretty good. Alright. So, we ruled for 40 years total. That's how long we played as character. That's a long time to play as one character. Yeah. We don't typically rule for that long as one character. We certainly won't be ruling that long as Mieszko. He's already 37 years old. He was dreaded. Is exalted among men, paragon of virtue, martial lifestyle. Only was able to fully complete one of them. Fought in 16 total wars, 5 offensive, 10 defensive, and 1 offensive Great Holy War. So these are the titles he all inherits, which is everything we had, I believe. And this is our total lineage. You know, this is only our second character. All right, so we could end up having a rough start here. We'll have to see. Often it is quite rough in the beginning as a new character. So he's been currently working on stewardship, I assume. So architect. Yeah, he's been working on the architect. Yeah, I was thinking we'd probably go for either architect or the money branch. This is the best way to make money here. We'll definitely get golden obligations as our next one pretty much as soon as we get this, because you could just make so much money from demanding payment for hooks, and you're constantly having hooks you don't need. So it's a great way to make money. So we'll definitely get that one before we continue on here. Though the domain limit would be helpful as well. That's something to consider. I don't know where we're at on our domain limit. I assume we actually have a higher domain limit since he's much better at stewardship, so it shouldn't be an issue. But yeah, this will improve the effectiveness of collecting taxes, increase garrison size and fort level. Levy reinforcement rate will be higher. Building construction cost is lower, so that's great. We also will to build faster, and that also includes holdings. Development growth in realm capital will be higher each month, and we'll have higher popular opinion in the provinces. So yeah, I think we'll go ahead and finish these up, and then we'll start on this one. Though again, we're gonna get this one probably next. I think that'd be more useful. We'll see where his domain limit is right now. So we have 3 choices here on the lifestyle focus: wealth, domain, or duty. Wealth grants us that 10% bonus to income, but no stewardship. Domain gives us the stewardship. Remember, stewardship does directly increase your taxation, but not that much, obviously. Then we have but it has a lot of other uses, of course. And then we have the duty focus, which allows us to get enemy agent acceptance, -5 here, so people less likely to work against us. 1 increases stewardship, and some opinion with courtiers and guests. We'll do the domain focus, get the stewardship. Alright, so just a look at our new character here. He is temperate, brave, and wrathful. His skills, very poor at diplomacy, pretty good martial, not as good as his father, obviously. Very good stewardship, excellent. Very low intrigue, and pretty low learning as well. So not very good at these 3. But a fantastic prowess. That's not bad at all. We'll make sure... Oops, wrong one there. We'll make sure all the stuff is equipped here for him. Okay, so yeah, everything is equipped. So he's getting all those bonuses now. I thought we had made a crown. Did we not make a crown? Apparently not. He does have sons. We know about one of them. He's pensive and spinely. I guess we didn't look at the rest of our traits. Let's just go back to that. So we know he's a fortune builder, education, aspiring blade master, fornicator, athletic. So he already had a stress problem apparently. Crusader, we got him on that crusade. Then he's got a little increase to diplomacy as well. So yeah, his son here. I think we might have him do the... Yeah, because this is probably who we want to play as, just based on the traits so far. So maybe we can get him to go to the church. How much longer? I know we just started it. 24 years. Will we live that long? I suppose is the question. I get that bonus. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we could live in our 60s for sure. There's potential that we'll live that long. We're a pretty healthy guy. So we could end up getting that bonus to getting him to join the church. So let's go and have him do the learning education with the hope that we can make him go to the church. And then have his younger brother take over. Here's our wife. She's 26 years old, so very much still in childbearing age. She's fickle, wrathful, generous, astute intellectual, and a wise woman. So skill-wise, not very great outside of learning. Of course, she's a ruler over here, so we can't use her as our advisor. That's one negative of marrying a ruler. And, I don't think that would, you know what, that might cause an issue. If we don't have, I mean, I can't change this now because we already changed it once, and we could do the learning education regardless, and he would be good at it, so it's fine. But yeah, one thing I didn't think about is that if we disinherit him through the church, I don't know if that would apply for her, because she is Orthodox, so I don't know if that would cause any issue. You would think not, because I think when they become a monk, they can't inherit at all, unlike if we were to instead try and disinherit. This only applies to our dynasty. So if you do it that way, then he would inherit Ruthenia, while his younger brother would then inherit our territory, which is not how we want that to happen. We wanted this to get combined, and so that could cause a problem. But if we do it through the church, I don't know. I want to say the monks can't inherit at all from anybody. The thing I'm worried about, though, is the fact that, she's Orthodox rather than Catholic. So I don't know if that would cause problems. You would think not. They're both Christian. So I think if we do this, it should be fine. And she has 2 king titles. So I'm surprised that... Okay, he is set to inherit the kingdom of White Rus. So that's another issue, is that with the 2 king titles, there could be splitting there as well. So we'll have to see what happens, guys. There's a lot of possibilities here. But yeah, we're playing as a new character. Nice new young character. I was kind of hoping that that would happen in this episode. So now we got to deal with a lot of stuff, probably some potential rebellions. That's a real chance that could happen. Let's go and get everybody appointed. We'll start with the Spy Master, which is obviously going to be him. And hopefully the bonus from Opinion of Predecessor is going to help us stay in the positive here. But overall, we're going to be having issues, I think, no matter what. So we'll probably want to put our brother in charge here. There's also this Duke. He's a powerful noble. But he could do other jobs while Casimir couldn't. Casimir can only really do one. So Casimir will be the Marshal. As far as the Chancellor, I think no matter what, we're going to have somebody kind of cruddy here. So just put our former Chancellor back in power. I think that's the best way to do it. And unfortunately, because he has such low diplomacy, we're not getting much opinion boost. I suppose we'll keep them doing all their current jobs right now. All right, so can't ask our head of faithful gold now, since it's a new ruler, so we'll do that. We're going to need the money. Of course, have people we can ransom in our dungeon. We'll look at that later. We're inherit all these titles from our mother. Anything else we need to be aware of? No, we're good to go. Just this guy. Obviously, he's not going to be in our court. He's not very good. We will want to improve opinion. We'll start with the Spy Master. I think that's the wisest way to go here. Our brother, we also want to improve his opinion. We'll start with the Spy Master since he gives you it gives whoever he gets involved with when it comes to any plots, gives them so many points. So right before we won this war, which I don't know if that means there's nobody in charge here. Probably not. Yeah, so we got to put somebody in charge, which we will have. We're not as good of a commander here, so we'll just put this guy in charge. All right, so nice little chunk of money again. And we do now have an additional title here. You'll see our domain limit is actually higher because of our higher stewardship, and we now have 8 counties total since we got this one back. It doesn't look like he did much with it. I thought he would have improved it some. Maybe he was just too broke. But yeah, he really didn't do a whole lot with it. Now, we did give our son that trinket. So he has the increased attraction opinion here with the necklace. Okay. Maybe we'll use some of that money to make something. We have some Royal Court events. Dedicated tutor. My courtier Osterhild approaches me with concerns regarding the state of our educational materials. We can make do, but imagine the heights our children could reach if we only had better materials. New wax tablets, parchments, perhaps even ink. I think this is because we got a whole bunch of money, so everybody's just going to try and get it from us. So this furthers the education of all children currently being educated at court. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That'd be helpful. It's 120 gold. It's expensive. But we do have children being educated, and I got to look at the other child that we have, see where he's at on his education, and see what age they are. Do we need to start teaching them languages, all that kind of good stuff? So this one is Scornful Sycophants. So I pause for a moment on the threshold on the corridor, admiring the sunlight, when I overhear derisive laughter coming from just around the corner. So we've seen this event before. This is just them commenting on our court. As far as what we want to do here. Yeah, that would result in stress. We don't want to do that. Could do this one for a bit of piety. Okay, I can see going that way. Oh wow, this would kick everybody out of our court. We don't want to do that. Okay, I think we'll just do this one. Yeah, nice little bonus there with our piety. We can't hold a court. I think we're not leading the troops, so yeah, we can hold court at any time. We'll have to do that next episode. We don't have time to go through all those right now, and I really want to get this conflict done with. I want to commission artifacts, so we need an antiquarian. I kind of want to create a weapon or something. So let's just take a look at languages. So we've learned everything we can learn. Let's look at our sons here. So he's not yet old enough to learn a language. And he doesn't have his childhood trait just yet, so we don't want to pick a education for him. All right, so nothing needs to be done besides finishing this war, basically. Which we should have done here in a few days. And we're going to have some factions created. We already know this is going to happen. It's just the way it is. But we don't have to worry about them going against us. And we did finish up that siege. Excellent. And we're now the head of the culture. Let's just make sure that we're wanting to do the battlements there. Alright, so that's the end. Do we want to wait for these sieges? Probably not. Nah, we just kind of want to get this over with. Alright, so let's go and enforce our demands. And go ahead and disband our armies. And so now we've got a ton of titles we've got to give out. So we'll have to take care of that. That'll allow us to create some new potentially powerful vassals that might be more loyal to us than our current vassals, who I don't think any of them are currently loyal to us. So we'll get all those titles handed out next episode. We'll also do the whole court. You'll notice we're earning a lot more money now under our son, as you'd expect, than being a steward. We'll be able to get these constructions done quicker. We'll likely continue investing on doing that. And overall, we're actually more powerful as our son here than we were as our former character. But there is the problem of potential rebellious vassals that we might very well see. I think we will have some problems. We'll see if we can get a hold of it, get control of it. We don't have any daughters or anything for arranging marriages yet, but we do have sons, so we can always arrange a marriage. But we can't do him because we want him to go to the church. We'll have to see how well that works out. It really depends on if we can get that tradition done in time. Of course, we have our brothers. I'm thinking that we're going to give one of them a title. We'll give him some titles over here, perhaps. I guess the question is, should we give Lambert those titles? Or should we give it to Daniel? Now, we can ask Daniel to join this holy order now, since we have that in our lands. We don't have the hook, but he's now at 50%, so we could always ask him to join the church if we wanted to keep Daniel in the church. I don't know if there's any real reason to do that anymore, though, because we don't have to worry about him inheriting or anything like that. And then we could also give one of them, either him or Lambert, we could give him some land over here, or even both of them, because we do have to give out 5 total counties. So yeah, we'll do all that next episode. I think it was a productive episode, and we're finally playing as a new character. This is probably the most videos we've ever played as one character, because we did move a bit slower, and also that character lasted a long time. We played as him for 40 years. So I'm not entirely sure if we played a character for that many videos, but with the 40 years, that's certainly up there. Maybe not our longest living character as far as age, but maybe our longest ruling character, somewhere around there. I think we might have gotten 40-something, maybe even 50 years in one of the past series. But point is that we played as him for a very long time. So now we're playing as a new character, Mieszko II. We'll see how he does as the ruler of Poland, and I'm really excited about the inheritance as well, with Poland and Ruthenia hopefully being combined. So this will be a huge empire here in Eastern Europe. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one, and thanks for watching.